So Hannah wants to know, what is the highest and best information that we as practitioners can bring forward at this time?
This knowledge that all of the work that you're doing is having a very profound effect in all ways on the raising of the consciousness of the entire planet. There are so many things being publicized that cause many people to feel that the consciousness of the planet is in fact in a downturn, and this is not so.
Mm-hmm.
The tremendous amount of light streaming onto your planet and into your consciousness and timeline, both through the work that all of the humans anchored into this timeline, who are in fact light beings, and also through the intentions of many other beings from outside of your earth plane reality.
Mm-hmm.
These things together are raising the light and vibration through your intention and putting forth action
Mm-hmm.
to your reality to bring these into more physical manifestation. At this time on your planet, the physical change is king, if you will. That is, when people see things shift physically, then they believe. But things shift, in fact, in many ways, long before you see a physical effect.
Mm-hmm.
And there is no one way that is more or less true or important than another. They're all just different ways. And because the physical reality is more dense, it takes longer to shift than the energetic and spiritual and whatnot.
I wanted to ask a quick question about the physical symptoms that are currently being felt by so many people on the planet at the moment. Is there anything we should know about when we have these physical symptoms, why we have these physical symptoms, and how best to manage them?
Well, they're an effect of your body cleansing and purging some of the lower density aspects of them themselves. And as they, as these lower density aspects raise in vibration and heal, there will be fewer and fewer symptoms felt by the individual.
What's the best way we can handle having these symptoms?
Energize your water with intention for your own cleansing, healing, growth, and for navigating these times with ease and with grace. And then drink the water and do this every day. But the more symptoms you feel, the more of this energized water you should drink. It's also wonderful the more time you can spend either resting, or if you're not able to sleep, then in meditative type states. So but doing things that allow you space and time by yourself, where you're not distracted and where you can go inward and find that peace inside. And time in nature, earthing, like touching the ground with your bare feet or hands, meditating in nature, and drinking the cleanest, purest water set with your intentions is the very best way that you could do this. as you go through your ascension process and your own healing journey, deeper and deeper levels come up for healing and release. It's almost like you're clearing heavier levels of gunk that you wouldn't have even recognized existed before, because they were at such a low density and so hidden. But as your vibrations increase, these are not able to be held within the being anymore. And so they begin to vibrate up to the surface, and they simply just need to be released and healed.
Okay, can you show or explain to Hannah where we are in our ascension process, and touch base, so she can touch base on where she is and where everything is in the ascension process just now?
Well, we've been showing her this visual repeatedly in the recent days and weeks and months of the ground cracking and the light pouring through, and the next higher reality coming into being. And that is where you are in essence.
Okay.
The light, it's so the process is as the light shines through these cracks and gets brighter and brighter and begins to touch, the actual visual of the world turns to light. And then once it starts to fade, you just see the next world under it. And you're right at that time where the light is nearly touching and encompassing everything. So that's a visual depiction of where you are collectively in the ascension process. Hannah would liken this to being at about a 3.8 of the third dimension, meaning then there's 3.9 and then 4.0 being the beginning of the fourth dimension.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you. So also she wants to know, what should we be doing to anchor ourselves in this new earth?
Well, the more you continue doing all of the various things that you do to anchor light into your being, the things that resonate with you, the things that enable you to connect to others to help them do this if that fulfills you. But in essence, each being on your planet would be most benefited by looking inward, doing the healing and releasing that would best serve them, and then anchoring as deeply as possible into their own divine nature through following their excitement and passion and creativity and love and the things that light them up, that bring them so much joy. So the more time you can spend in that state and that you can take to do these journeys to connect with other beings that support you, and other energies that support you and that give you these affirmations that this is happening, even if you're not seeing it in your physical reality with your physical eyes at this time. The more you know and can hold that knowingness that this is true and this is the only truth, then the faster that is called into being as the only truth. So the more you visit these places that nourish and nurture you internally and externally in your own world, the more quickly this timeline shifts into that reality.
Perfect. Thank you.
I feel like the theme that wound through this session, I always have themes, was, well, there were two. One was about these cracks of light. That's like an imagery theme. And the other theme is about this feeling. Like I can just really feel what it feels like to fully resonate with the core of who you are without any boastfulness or bashfulness, just to fully align with and resonate with the core of who you are and stand in that truth and power, that there's so much power. But it's like beautiful power. It's like, it's not overpowering. It's just that there is so much power in just being you.
Yeah.
Without needing to hide it or alter it or whatever. And that is standing in that truth and sharing that as part of being authentic and calling to you those that resonate with you. That is the gong ring, the gong that's calling to us the people that we need to, that we can serve. And that this also standing in this truth and you own it and know it without a shadow of a doubt, that is also that level of knowing and truth that anchors all truth. Say that level of knowing and truth is what allows one to create, to manifest anything, to be, to protect, to exist, without fear. It's like the exact opposite of fear. Fear is not being sure and not trusting, and this is a whole different level of truth, and all that it is being fully aligned with you and knowing that is beautiful and exactly right and needed and no more or less than anything else. It just is. And it's like the power and essence of that is the keystone, I guess, to all of existence. It's like that's what we're all trying to find our way back to. And we're navigating through like all this gunk that we've taken on or learned from experiences and various lifetimes and whatnot. Releasing that just to get back to this one truth. And I guess from that one truth, there's your connection to isness, to everything, to unity. It's like you are the distillation of this